If you get a modern EV, you wouldn't charge more than once a week. How is it to live with a small battery, which is going to be 70 miles a day? I'll run through the cost at the end. 60% battery. Good morning. Day 3, 6:42, 11 degrees Celsius, 57 miles on the gasometer, 79% battery reported, and the OBD is now, so it's reporting 78.84. Get on the road. Before we go into how this Leaf performs, please subscribe to the channel. For the people on TV, should be somewhere up here. For watching on phone, please click the link down below. Go. Right, we have arrived. 7:29, 11 degrees, 70 miles left report, 20% battery life. BMS reports 28.5% left. Good afternoon. Day 3, end of the day. Getting a drive home. 21 degrees, 10 past 4. 76 miles reported on the gasometer, 100% battery advertised on the GOM, 97.13 on the BMS. We'll reset it as well. Fine. Right, we are here, end of day 3, 20 degrees, 17:14, 38 miles remaining on the gasometer, 50% battery, 50.4.31 on the BMS. Before we go further with this Leaf adventure and challenge to see how it performs, please do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. Let me know that you enjoyed this sort of content. If not, down in the comments, let me know what is missing, what would you like to see. So yeah, see you on the next day. Good morning. What day is today? Thursday. Yeah, Thursday morning, day 4, 6:42, 11 degrees Celsius. 60 miles of range, 79% reported. And let's connect to the OBD. We have BMS reporting 78.85%. Battery is a nice 20 degrees. Go. First leg done. 19 miles range remaining. 22% battery reported. Time 7:27. Focus 12 degrees outside. 29.33 BMS reported. See you on the way back. Hello. So here we are, day 4, end of the day. 4 minutes and 6 minutes past 4, 22 degrees Celsius, 78 miles reported on the gasometer, 100% battery, OBD reports 96.96%. 39 miles of range remaining, 51% battery, BMS reports 54.83, 5 past 5, 25 degrees outside. See you in the morning. Good morning. Friday morning, 10 degrees outside, 7:27. 61 miles reported, 79% battery remaining, BMS 78.87 reported. Go, see you in a bit. Here we are, Friday morning, end of the drive, 10 degrees outside, 8:13, 16 miles reported remaining, 19% reported remaining. BMS reports 27.67% remaining. See you on the way back. Here we go, Friday, 4 minutes past 2, 13 degrees Celsius, 77 miles reported, 100% battery, 97.14% battery reported on the BMS. Get on the road. Right, second leg, 26 miles remaining, 37% battery, 3:30, 16 degrees, 43.53% remaining. Let's go. End of day 5, 3:47, 17 degrees, 90 miles of range remaining, 25% battery, 32.7 BMS reported. See you for an update in a bit. Hope you find that entertaining. Now let's go crunch the numbers. I'll put here all the data that was recorded. Pause if you want to have a look, and in that look, if it's worth it, if it's not worth it, is it good? Commute in an old small range EV, that's 12 in. Yeah, so for the weekend we didn't record anymore on the cameras. It was just taking the kids to the pool, to the park, weekly shop, and all this sort of stuff. Yeah, so all in all, it was shy of 400 miles, 399 all in all. The average speed that was achieved in these 400 miles was 41 miles per hour. Not very fast, kind of between rush hours and or just before or just after. So obviously there was lots of traffic on the road. As with regards to how much energy was consumed by the vehicle was 92 kilowatts. So in this regard, if you get a modern EV, you wouldn't charge for this sort of trips more than once a week. Most of them have 200 plus miles to achieve. So I would say charge on a Sunday night, charge on a Wednesday, and that's your week done. One big advantage why I can do these sort of trips is because I have charging at work, which is free of charge at the moment. So it's a big positive. So although my work is kind of farish away from where I live, that means I can do this sort of travels in this old, small, battery reduced range EV, which it gets about 50 miles of range on a full battery in the winter, and I get about 70 to 80 miles of range in summer. How much did it cost? So for traveling 400 miles, it costed me £3.13. So that's £3 13 pence. We have average efficiency of 4.3 miles per kilowatt. So the weather was helping us quite a lot because although it claims to be an efficient vehicle, the Leaf is not very efficient. So on a good day, we get between 4 and 4.5. Bear in mind, this is driving on A roads, motorways, which is 60 plus miles per hour. So yeah, for this 92 kilowatts used, we spent £3. If we were to charge at home at normal tariff, which is about 27 per kilowatt, the cost would have been £25 for 400 miles. If we would charge exclusively at the rapid chargers, which I put a price of about 79 pence per kilowatt, the total cost will be £72 for 400 miles. I don't think is very good, so not very sustainable. Yeah, looking at the maximum efficiency or the minimum efficiency, we could see we could travel anywhere between 70 and 80 miles on a full charge, which is pretty much bang on whatever this car can do. I don't think in this day and age you can get a vehicle with this kilowatt. So yeah, how was it? It's very uneventful, to be honest. Just get home, plug it on charge, forget about it. Next morning, drive to work, plug it on charge, go on about your day. You don't need to wait for the car. The car charges while you do your daily chores, your other stuff. So with this regard, it takes me about probably 15 to 20 seconds to plug in. And that's it. Alright, so what's not so good about this journeys and living with this small EV? Well, if you have a quite a busy day, so for example, I'll take my Fridays when I go to work and pick the kids up from school and try and do a bit of a weekly shop. If I need to do something else, I can't do it with this vehicle because I already traveled about 65 miles all in all. So my range is that it's only about probably 5 to 10 miles remaining. So if I need to do something on a Friday night, it's quite impossible unless I charge. Charging in a day rate is going to be 27p per kilowatt, so therefore it's going to be quite expensive. So in this respect, I need to change vehicles. Now, in our case, we have another EV in the household, so it's not a problem if the Leaf runs out of range. Okay, normally in the UK, the average travel is about 20 miles. You can see here we went way above average. We can cope with no issues, no problem. Everything is absolutely perfect. Would I recommend this sort of vehicle for these sort of journeys? Probably not. You could get quite a lot of range anxiety. Obviously, in my case, it's not an issue anymore. I've traveled more than 30,000 miles in this vehicle. This Leaf now has about nearly 120,000 miles on the odometer. So yeah, I know the vehicle very well, and I know how far I can stretch this battery and this range, which probably is going to be the same in your case with your vehicle. In short, no, I wouldn't recommend, but comes with caveats always. It's about it comes down for every individual case and situation. If you're driving just around the city doing 10 to 20 miles, absolutely no problem. You can get one of these. It's probably about 3 grand and do everything. Getting a Techno trim, it comes with a lot of perks which not even modern cars will have. So looking at this chart, you won't pay more than £1 for every 100 miles. So even with this Leaf doing about 10 to 20 miles a day, you wouldn't need to charge more than 2-3 times a week. My case, traveling 400 miles, then I need to charge twice a day. Do I do it again? Absolutely yes. I love the car. It drives absolutely beautiful. It's smooth. It's quite punchy. Although it is only 109 horsepower, but it's quite punchy. You can easily overtake, pull out of junctions, go around the roundabout, do whatever it is needed in the situation you are in. It's extremely cheap motoring. At one point, this car probably will become a storage where we can do vehicle to load or vehicle to grid with an inverter, which this vehicle is capable. More in a later video on this. Get a lot of kit for very little money and gets you into EV motoring if you're into this. It's a very good thing for dipping your toes just to experiment, but bear in mind this is not the long hauler. It's not suited for hundreds of miles of driving, although it can be done. It's going to be extremely painful and extremely slow after 4 or 5 charges. So that is about what, 20 miles. Driving in a city environment, you definitely can extend this range. Where probably you'll easily do 75 miles of range in this 17 kilowatt vehicle, I would say. Though in my case, living in a more rural area is not the case. A lot of A roads, motorways. So as a conclusion, you can do these sort of journeys even in an old, high mileage, reduced range vehicle. It will cost you about £1 on every 100 miles traveled. This is also based on a very cheap rate, which is only 7.9p per kilowatt overnight, between midnight and 5 a.m. Yeah. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.